Welcome to Royal Legacy, where we will explore the rich athletic history and deep family connections of BYU sports. Join us as we honor the past, celebrate the present, and look forward to the future of the BYU Cougars. Here's your host, Lauren McClain.
Welcome to Royal Legacy, where we dive deep into the family connections of BYU sports. Joining me today is BYU women's volleyball outside hitter Elli Mortensen and her mom, Nina, one of the most decorated female athletes in BYU history and a BYU Athletic Hall of Famer who played volleyball for the Cougars from 1998 to 2001. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Elli, let's start with you. You just finished up your second season with BYU in the fall. You have a brand new head coach, Rob Nielsen. What does life look like for you right now?
Yeah. Right now, there's been lots of change for our team. So we're just in the process of adjusting to his new systems, his philosophies he's bringing into our gym. We're hitting the weight room a lot right now. This off season is definitely a time where we're focusing on the process of getting better and getting our bodies prepped for the season.
This upcoming season is going to be your junior year. How do you feel like your mindset has shifted from when you were a freshman to now?
Yeah. Coming in as a freshman, I'm a competitor. I've always had that competitor mindset. So I came in fighting for that spot. I wanted to get on the court. And definitely as I've grown and been here longer, my mindset has shifted more to that growth mindset of focusing on getting better, seeing lots of areas where I want to grow and where I can grow in my game. And so taking every opportunity and using all of the resources that we're given here to maximize my potential and to really push myself to help me grow. And obviously I'm still a competitor. Like that hasn't changed at all. But definitely been focusing on that growth aspect. And I think the longer I've been here, the more I've seen the importance of focusing outward on my team. Playing as a freshman, sometimes like there was a lot of pressure, and the more I was able to lean on my teammates and my mom taught me this, like, I'm going to get this pass for you. I'm going to kill this ball for you, kind of putting that pressure off of myself and being focused on how I can help my teammates play well definitely helped me succeed. And so being a good teammate, building those up around me, and then really focusing on how I can get better.
I like that mindset. And it makes a lot of sense, taking that pressure off of you and your own performance and doing it for somebody else. Well, you're so much fun to watch. You've had an awesome career so far. Nina, do you see any similarities between Elli and yourself when you watch her play?
Similarities. I'm like, I guess I see more of the differences, but that's true. I mean, she is definitely more of the competitor, and I think when I came to BYU, that was something I had to be taught, and I was very raw coming in. I mean, I'd only started playing volleyball as a sophomore in high school, and Elli started when she was 8 years old, just because I wanted to jump in there and help her, but yeah, I think she's just always. I almost feel like been one step ahead of me when I look at where she was when she entered college compared to where I was, those kind of things. She has a strength. She has a strength within her that's been helping her.
Well, it worked out for you. You did pretty well. I want to point out your shirt because we were talking about this before this started. Big old Elli on that shirt. Did you wear that all last season? Was that an every game thing?
Well, we got it towards the end of the season, and so anytime that we were away, I tend to work, at the stat table for the home games, so I don't get to wear it when I sit there and take stats.
They don't appreciate a big Elli shirt at the stats table.
But siblings and family wear
yes,
it too,
they all wear it. Grandparents, they wear them.
Elli, what does that mean to you when you see that out in the crowd during a game?
I love it.
honestly. It just shows my awesome support system and how much they love me. Like, even though it might be a little embarrassing sometimes, no, they're awesome.
It's embarrassing when you have the pom-poms.
Yeah.
When they start yelling.
Yeah.
Elli, are there things you try to consciously try to emulate that you have seen in your mom, the way she plays or the way she's coached you?
Great question. Definitely one thing she's taught me is to be a good teammate. And she's very humble. And so that is something that I have learned from her. And my grandpa, her dad, has tapes of her playing, and so he'll always bring them out every once in a while, getting to watch her play 6-year-old middle. She's awesome.
I don't know if it's being a coach for now 10 years. I watch those tapes and I'm like, oh, we're not as good as I thought we were.
You're like,
times have
changed.
Perspective. I used to think we were amazing, and now I'm like, well, we could have done that a little better. We could have done that a little better.
But yes, so definitely just trying to be humble, work hard, do my best, and be a good teammate are things that I've seen from her.
Nina, post BYU, you went from professional volleyball player to coaching professional volleyball again, and then focusing on being a mom. So what are you up to these days in your life?
Some days I'm just trying to keep my head above water. I think the older they get, the more activities. You want them to succeed. You want to give them the opportunities to find out where their interests are and what their passions are. So it's like you almost, you try a plethora of things and try to find out where their little niches. And then we're just so happy to support. I mean, we are their biggest cheerleaders. We're at all the games whenever possible. And we're holding our pom-poms.
That's the greatest, though. Elli, you're the oldest of 4 siblings.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. You obviously have a very athletic mom. I don't know about your dad. I'm assuming he's probably a pretty good athlete.
He's athletic in
basketball.
I try to beat him in anything that he does. I can't even beat him in bowling. He's
rude. I can relate to that with my spouse, too. But so where did your love for sports originally come from that you remember? I mean, I know where it came from, but when do you remember starting to really love sports?
When I started sports, like I kind of did everything: basketball, soccer, volleyball, and kind of like she said, just being a competitor, like in all of those things. I loved being on a team and playing with my friends and like kind of doing that. But I think it was really when I started playing club volleyball that I realized like volleyball, like I love the sport itself. And starting to develop those skills. I was probably like 12 when I was really like, I love this. Started when I was about 8, but
until then you were forced a little bit to play.
Well, and I have memories of, I played a lot of sand volleyball when she was little growing up, and so I'd haul her to my tournaments, but she would pepper with me. Like I have memories of her being just tiny and little, and whether or not that planted a seed or whatever. The more kids I had, the more I just left them at home. But Elli was one. Elli was the first one though. Elli was one that got to come, and she would pepper with me from a young age, and and that was always really fun.
Yeah.
Nina, was sports something you and your husband always knew you wanted your kids to be involved in?
Well, me, myself being 6'3", I knew I could give them some size. And to be honest, that's how I got recruited. They're like, you can't coach height. We can teach you everything else. So I knew we could at least give them some size. And then as they have all kind of grown up, I'm like, oh, you have some athleticism. Oh, you're athletic, and it kind of makes it fun that we can do more athletic type things as a family.
How tall is your husband?
He's 6'4".
Okay.
I just needed someone taller than me, I guess.
Just a tiny bit. Elli, I know you were also an amazing basketball player. You played basketball in high school. When did you decide volleyball was the sport, though, that you could take to the next level?
I think I loved both sports in high school. I did both. But I really think that I never played club basketball. That was kind of just a high school thing for me.
To be fair, that might be my fault because I was her coach, and I said, if I'm putting in the time for you, so you're going to come to club volleyball practice.
Makes sense.
And because I'm coaching, I can't get you to club basketball practice because
Right.
I think she actually would have had a great career in basketball too. She was a great basketball player.
Yeah, but being recruited in volleyball and really once I got into high school, I was like, I want to play in college, and basketball is fun. Running is not my favorite thing.
Well, you picked the right sport.
Definitely, just all things about volleyball I could see myself doing in the future. And I don't ever get sick of it. I'm always wanting to go to practice every single day. And that's never changed since I've started playing. So I kind of have always just been I want to keep playing.
We're going to talk about how you came to BYU in just a little bit, but Nina, you had an incredible volleyball career. You're 3-time All-American for BYU, played professionally in Finland, which is where your family's from. You played with the U.S. national team in 2002, then played pro again 1 year in 2012 for the Utah Unity. What part of your athletic journey really stands out to you most when you take a look back at it?
The training that I got here was awesome and phenomenal, and honestly made me who I was. Being able to play with the national team is, I realized, not something that everybody gets to do. And I did cherish the couple months that I was able to spend there. And then every time you just advance to the next level, you have gratitude. You just feel grateful for the opportunity, grateful for the people that you meet. I mean, going to Finland, now I was raised by Finns, but now you're immersed in the culture and you see how people live and you see how they do it that way, and those have always been very meaningful to me. I think, as now when we go back to Finland, I try to call up old teammates, and we went to see one, who was working in her eye doctor office, kind of thing, and those the relationships, again, I have tried to pass that on to my kids, but those that's the funnest part of just advancing at any level.
Pronounce your maiden name for me again.
Puikkonen.
Puikkonen.
Yeah.
How many times do people get that wrong at your time at BYU? Or at least
I think, and maybe
didn't say
even,
with that accent,
maybe
I'm
even
sure.
the commentators that commentated for us when we played, they will laugh when the memory that I have. I played with my sister. My sister was a setter for us, and they
fun.
called us the Pokemon Sisters. That was all they could pronounce. It was a little difficult, but
they're like, sorry, that's as good as that's as good as it's gonna get.
Yeah.
You were also, I love that you played with your sister.
Yeah.
She was an incredible athlete as well. You were also inducted into the BYU Athletic Hall of Fame in 2015. What did that recognition mean to you as a mom, knowing your kids were watching and seeing what you had accomplished in your life?
That was really special, and maybe not necessarily something it's maybe something you hope for, but never something that you actually think that you might be able to achieve. And just everyone, when they ask about my career, I could honestly say I was good at what I did, but I wasn't good at everything. I wasn't good at everything about being a volleyball player, but I had a few specific skill sets that I think at least were able to be recognized, and it was just really such an honor. Just such an honor. And then to be able to have kids old enough, the ones that were old enough to come, I brought to the dinner. And, and I think Elli, that's something that Elli remembers to this day. And maybe something that kind of made her be like, this is what I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was really special to just, in a way, feel like I could show that to my kids.
Well, let's ask you about that, Elli. Before your mom was inducted into the BYU Athletics Hall of Fame, did you know she was that cool? Did you know she was that good?
Gosh, I don't know if I knew that she was that cool.
Because how old were you? Let's see. In 2015, you were...
You were 9.
I was 9.
Oh, so you're just little.
Yeah. So I don't know if I knew how cool she actually was. But yeah, in that moment, at that dinner, my parents both remember me just being like, oh my gosh, I want this. If she can do it, I want to do it. So that was a really cool moment for me.
Nina, what was it like when Elli started gravitating towards volleyball and you saw that she was actually really good at it? Something that you loved yourself. What was that like for you?
So because she's my first, and every stepping stone, I kind of didn't know what to expect. But I had the blessing of coaching with my college coach. And that's kind of the reason that we started her as young as we did in the club scene in 4th grade. And just as she kept developing, as Stephanie kept helping me, Stephanie's like, oh, she's going to be really good. And I'm like, you think so? Because we're at 12-year-old volleyball, and I'm like, Well, it's just hard for me to know because I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And now that I've done like every age group with her, I can look at my other ones and I'd be like, oh yeah, you are really advanced for your age. You know what I mean? So that was maybe not necessarily something that I totally recognize. I always thought that she was ahead of just maybe others around her that she played with, but I just didn't know how elite she could be, and she's done a phenomenal job.
When was it that you knew Elli was good enough? Like, she could go to BYU. She could go to wherever she wants to go to play.
I don't know if there was a specific age that I knew it, but I knew that she had the drive. I knew that she was a competitor. I mean, I remember certain practices where we're trying to teach them to be competitive and keeping score. And Elli would be like, she did not get 12 points. Like she...
Cheater. Not fair.
She's like, I know I beat her. She did not have that many points. But I just knew she had the drive. And I knew that she had the desire. She's kind of a perfectionist, but always wanting and pushing herself to get better. And I knew that would take her far.
Elli, that makes me feel so much better because my oldest son does that same thing. And I'm like, oh, don't be that kid. But I'm so glad you were that kid because it makes me feel better about him. College athletics comes with so many highs and lows. Elli, how much have you relied on your mom's experience to help you through some of the tough times that you've had in these first 2 years?
Yeah. I mean, definitely through my experience, it's been fun to have her as a mom, but also as a coach and former volleyball player. She knows a lot. And so she's been able to help me in both roles in a way. Just talking to her through things, hard or good things. Like, she's been able to help my mindset and help me through those times. And just obviously wanting to be like her, wanting to succeed like her, it gives me motivation and helps make all the hard worth it in a way.
Nina, you mentioned that you didn't start playing until your sophomore year of high school, and then Elli's been playing since she was 8 years old, which is kind of par for the course with kids these days. Do you think athletes today experience more pressure than they did when you were playing?
Well, definitely for a younger age.
Yeah.
Just looking at where they are at 14 when I hadn't even started playing yet. You know what I mean? So they do experience those pressures and kind of have to learn how to battle through them. Sometimes some of them are more capable than others, through my coaching career and just different types of personalities that I've coached along the way. But yeah, it's a little bit different. I do love that she was multifaceted and played basketball through her senior year, because I worry about the burnout. I worry about that for my other kids that are just single sport athletes. Are they going to want to play in a couple years when it gets really fun, but then by that point, are they too burned out and they just want to be done? It's a very real thing. And I do think being the dual sport athlete is really helpful and works different muscles, and just everything kind of complements each other and just gives the brain a break from volleyball.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have more from BYU women's volleyball player Elli Mortensen and her mom, BYU Athletic Hall of Famer Nina Mortensen. This is Royal Legacy. The Big 12 is packed with drama, heart, and unforgettable moments. And Big Stories is where it all comes to life. Host Cleon Wall scours the conference to uncover powerful tales of courage and resilience, while podcasters from all 16 schools break down the biggest plays and hottest storylines. Listen to Big Stories wherever you get your podcasts.
And now back to Royal Legacy and your host, Lauren McClain.
Welcome back to Royal Legacy. I'm Lauren McClain, here with mother and daughter and BYU volleyballers Nina and Elli Mortensen. Elli, as we mentioned, you're the oldest of 4 kids. Do they ever talk about how much they look up to you? That's a lot of pressure. It can be, being the oldest kid in the family.
She's actually the oldest of 5.
5 kids?
She has 4 siblings.
4 siblings. Oh, that's
the oldest of 5.
More pressure. Do they ever talk about that with you?
Not necessarily talk about it, but more like she tells me how much they look up to me.
And I think more so now that she's not home with us every single day. Like, they get so excited when Elli comes home for Sunday dinner. Is Elli coming today? Is she coming to my game? Like, they get really excited.
Yeah. And so that is special. And we make jokes all the time, like, who's better? Like, my sister, who's in high school and she's in middle, she just won a state championship. And they're like, that's something Elli could never do. And I'm like, all right. It's all fun and games. But it is special when I do get to see them and see them succeed in their sports, and it's kind of just a full circle moment of me being proud of them, and then also them being excited to tell me about their successes. And kind of that relationship has definitely grown since I've come to college and been away from home. So
siblings always seem a lot cooler when they're not living at home.
yeah, exactly.
When you're not fighting with them on a daily basis. So what are the ages of your siblings?
So I have a senior brother under me.
Okay.
He is 18. And then a sophomore sister. She's 15.
She's almost 16. She will
Almost
tell you
16,
to the day she can't wait to get her license.
She can't wait to drive. And then a brother, and he is in
Seventh grade.
7th grade. How old
He's 12.
is 12.
Turning 13.
He's 12. And then
I know I should be asking your mom this. I'm just putting you on the
good.
spot.
That's good. I need to know. And then a 5th grade sister.
4th grade.
4th grade sister. And
Okay.
she's 8.
9.
Are we
Close.
are we a volleyball family? I mean, is everyone gravitating towards volleyball for the most part?
So all the girls are playing volleyball,
Yeah.
and the boys even took a year to try it and played club. They just didn't want to stick with it.
Yeah.
So. But everyone, I think, could play together. you
Yes.
know?
How competitive is your family with each other,
Extremely competitive. Game
including
nights.
mom and dad?
Oh, yes. Yes. Definitely.
Even board games. Board
Game
games are
nights
hard.
and in tears. Like, everything we do is competition, so it makes it fun.
Nina, what makes you most proud when you see how much Elli has accomplished and the way she's been able to do it?
You're going to make me cry when you ask a question like that. Aside from all of her accomplishments, I am so proud of the person that she is. And when I watch her play, to me, she's like a light. She's just a light on the court. And she really has taken to heart the fact that she tries to make other people around her better. She's the best cheerleader, I feel like, for her teammates. And I honestly, throughout her whole career, I think anyone that you would ask that's played with her would say that they loved playing with her, which I think is such a tribute to her. But I really am so proud of the kind of person that she is. And even being able to talk to the coaches that she's had in the past, and even her recent coaches, they've all told me the same thing about what an amazing person she is. Just all volleyball aside. And I just, as a mom, I just get so proud every time anyone would think to tell me that about her.
And that's the most important thing. Even when you walked in, I could see that you have a light about you. Elli, outside of sports, what's something you and your mom love to do together?
Oh, outside of sports.
You're like, do we do anything outside
My
of
job,
sports?
even though we don't get to do it as much.
Oh, yes. Traveling.
We do love to
Oh, okay.
Travel. She works for Delta so that we can get flight benefits, and it's been so fun.
I had to do that so I could go watch my kids play.
That
so when
is
she was going to
smart.
BYU, I'm like, I want to follow them wherever they go.
Yeah. So she took me to Finland when I had my summer break just barely last year. We
did the Bahamas.
Yeah.
For our senior trip.
my senior trip.
Fun.
So that's been fun.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. She's smart.
That is very smart.
We're
'cause-
figuring that out in the volleyball. I have other volleyball moms that we've figured that out, that's kind of the way we need to.
Gosh, because that can add up.
It does.
That can add up quick.
Yeah. And you want to be there to support them.
Right.
And so now I just feel like I'm able to do that.
You don't make those shirts for nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
Nina, I'm assuming BYU has a special place in your heart because of the fantastic career you had, and probably for more than that as well. What was it like when Elli told you she wanted to play for BYU?
I was thrilled. Absolutely thrilled. And more so because I knew that she wanted the same kind of experience. She wanted to surround herself with people, that are, just have similar values. And I think for her to want to put herself in a place where she could feel that more. And I just loved my BYU experience so much. And just the thought that she would get to have a similar experience, it was just thrilling.
Elli, take me through your mindset and what made you choose BYU to further your academic and athletic career.
Definitely what she just said played a big part for me. Choosing BYU was for more than just volleyball. Putting myself in a place that intertwines the gospel into every aspect of my life was something that was important to me. and having teammates and peers and friends that have the same values as me and were examples to me and making me want to be better was a big part of why I came here. And volleyball is very successful. They have a great program, and they have had a great program. The coaches that I came here to play for, they believed in me, and they helped push me to be great in all areas as well. But overall, my main reason for coming to BYU was to be in a place that was centered on the gospel.
You kind of get the best of all worlds.
All worlds, for
at
sure.
BYU.
Yeah.
Nina, what did you love most about BYU, not just for volleyball, but all the other experiences you were able to have in your time playing here?
You know, I loved it all. And again, the people that you meet out in the classroom, the people that you meet in the religious classes or the teammates, I mean, just everything about it. The foreign trips that we got to take, we got to go to Jerusalem and Europe, and to see those things with some of your best friends and to share those kind of experience. We would do firesides, and I got to hear their testimonies, and things like that. Like, just all of that just really, I feel like, kind of shaped the kind of person that I wanted to become, the person that I'm trying to become, or the person that I am today.
BYU volleyball has a lot of fans, which is so fun. The Smith Fieldhouse is bonkers, and it's one of the coolest places to come for a volleyball match. Elli, how often do you get to talk with fans and younger girls who are trying to aspire to be what you are?
Yeah, it is cool the position that I'm put in as an athlete and the light that I kind of get to share about BYU and about the special place it is here. I mean, doing camps is a big time where we get to interact with younger girls, especially. And it's so cool to see all ages that are wanting to get into sports or wanting to play volleyball. And the older they get, they just love coming and seeing what we're all about. And so for me, it's cool to kind of be that example for them and keep pushing them to want to keep playing. And so doing camps or just friends, having younger daughters, nieces, nephews, or even just fans at games when they come. Sometimes we get to hand out posters and stickers. And I remember we went to Iowa State my freshman year, and there was this little boy. I don't remember his name, but he came up to me after the game and was like, "Number 2, you're my favorite player. Can I please get a sticker?" Like, that was really kind of a wholesome moment for me of, like, people are watching. And so just to be an example all the time, but getting to have those personal interactions with them is super cool.
What advice do you give those younger girls when they're like, "Elli, how do I get to where you are?" What's one of the biggest pieces of advice you give them?
One of the biggest pieces of advice I would give them is to work hard for what they want. They can use resources and push themselves to reach their goals. And being recruited, going through that whole process, coaches notice the kind of player you are. And so definitely I think another part of that is being a good teammate. And that's what she taught me. That's what I grew up learning, is how to make those around you better, and that shows in your game. And so pushing yourself to become the best player you can, but also to help your teammates. Coaches notice that, whether they think so or not. So to just keep focusing on those two things.
That's great advice, because that's something that can easily be forgotten when you're trying to push yourself and it's kind of all about you. So I think that's awesome. Nina, what advice would you give parents who are supporting their kids through competitive sports and are wanting them to go far?
First of all, it has to be kid-driven. I see a lot of parents out there that want it a little more than the kid wants it, and all that extra pushing, and is just never helpful. So you're just there to support them in whatever they want. If they want it bad enough, I think they'll ask for the extra time. Can I go to the gym and shoot? Can I, whatever it is. And so I've just kind of tried to take that role and just kind of let them be the ones to tell me how far they want to go.
Elli, last question for you is, what does it mean to represent your family and BYU across generations?
It's very special. Having her be an example to me, a lot of people ask if I feel the pressure of filling her shoes. And honestly, I don't feel that pressure. For me, it's just such a privilege to have the same opportunity that she did. And representing BYU to me is representing Christ on my jersey. And so that is something that is so special and that I don't take for granted.
So good. We're here with BYU women's volleyball player Elli Mortensen and her BYU Athletic Hall of Famer mom, Nina Mortensen. Thank you so much for coming in and telling us your story. You guys are incredible. I appreciate it.
Thank you
so
your time.
much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you to Christy Solomon for producing this episode with senior producer Terry South. Royal Legacy is a production of BYU Radio.